Hello, fire signs. This is Nicole with Angelic Therapy and Healing, bringing you a special reading for the month of April 2018. First off, for those of you celebrating, happy Easter. I do hope you have an amazing time with your family and celebrating Jesus. We're actually, in honor of him, I'm going to pull a card at the end of each of your sections from Doreen Virtue's Loving Words from Jesus. So we will pull those. Let's see here. Give you a little more details on what we're doing here in a second. Welcome to the channel. For those of you that are new, glad to have you here. Hopefully you will find something that helps you with your journey. When I pray and prepare, I do ask that all of you receive at least one message. Hopefully you'll receive more than one. If you find that there's not much in this for you, go ahead and listen to your moon or your rising sign. You may find something in those that will assist you. And for those that I've been receiving some questions lately, I'm not yet opened up for personal readings or healing sessions at this time, so stay tuned. When I open back up, when my retirement, all this stuff is done, I will announce it in the readings. So just stay tuned, and when I announce it, you'll know, and the webpage will work at that time. So stay tuned. Thank you for your patience. Also, many thanks to everyone for subscribing, for following, for commenting, for sharing the videos. For those of you that have made donations, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of your support, and it means a lot to me, so thank you for that. Now, we're doing something special this month. We're going to cover each astrological sign, give you all a little bit of information to help you for the month of April, helping get everyone prepared for the big 7-year cycle that we're going to be rolling into in May. And I'll actually be giving you guys more information on that. Bottom of the deck, I'm going to pull that off. And those of you that are wondering about the reverse cards, when I was praying and shuffling, I was told that I needed to mix the one deck of cards, mix them all up. And I'm like, can't you guys just tell me which ones are reversed like you normally do? And they told me, no, we just want you to put them in a pile and mix them all up, and we'll take it from there. So you will find in this first row, we are going to have some reverse cards today. So, and bear with me, I'm not going to go over all the cards. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to list them below for all of you. So you'll be able to read beneath. There's a little box beneath your video. So if you open that little box, it's got a link to my website and to my Facebook page. It's got information about the video. It's going to have the cards listed. So check that out if you are interested in any of these decks. One more. And at the end of the reading, I'm going to be pulling an angel answer card for each of you, as well as one of the Loving Words from Jesus cards. So stay tuned. We will do that at... at the end. Okay, let me make sure you guys can see these. Okay, we do have some wiggle room. So let's move this over here. Not too far off. So the first day of spring, you know, looking forward to spring weather. Birds are out chirping. I walk out to 6 inches of snow. So Mother Nature, hopefully she will get it figured out very soon. Looks like we have just enough room for those. Okay. And we'll pick them up at the end of each of them as well. Okay. So for those of you that are interested, we're going to be working our way from the top down. We will be starting. Okay. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. As we work our way across, we're going to have the situation, the challenge, or what's blocking you, what you're unaware of, what's unknown, what may be helping you this month, and then we have what the angels are recommending that you do this month. The overall energy for everyone, you have, I'm going to hold it up right so you can see the graphics. You have 5 of Winter, and at the bottom it says walk away from dishonest associations, realizing that what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness, and something that is not worth the effort. but it's reversed. And this is the overall energy for all of you. So this month, the overall energy is there's a person, there's a situation. It could be a person from your past. Maybe the hurts that they put you through, you've not let go, or it's a person in your relationship, you're not able to let them go, or it's a situation that you're not able to let go of, a job, but it's something that is toxic. It is something that is actually keeping your life stuck, that you are not walking away from it. And that's why you're at this impasse. You're at this point of, many of you are not happy with where your life is. And the interesting thing is, many of you are like, oh my gosh, I don't know, like, when's it going to get better? Why aren't things getting better? It's because you need to walk away from this person, this situation, whatever this is. When you do that, that's when things will shift. And for some, it could also be, walking away from stuff, things. Maybe you had somebody hurt you in the past. Sometimes we can go through very painful relationships, and maybe we can have this love of a lifetime knock on our door, and we won't let them in. We won't open up to them because we're terrified they're going to hurt us like someone else from the past did. So it could be releasing emotions and things from the past so that you can open yourself and allow yourself to move forward. Okay, now starting off at the top, we have Aries. And for your situation, you have 8 of Autumn. And at the bottom it says, do more research before proceeding, education in the form of seminars, going back to school, or apprenticeships, excellent craftsmanship, and long-term projects. Hopefully you can see that. She's sitting there next to this person who is a mentor, wearing a lovely buckeye-colored blanket. But this is all about education, learning everything that we can, going to school. It could be getting mentorship from someone that is helping you, assisting you, professional development. It's about prosperity and abundance. It's also about career. It could be like career change, moving into a career that's really representing you, something that you truly enjoy, something that you're not just doing to earn a paycheck, but something you're doing because your heart is really in it. You really want it. So for many of you at this time, a number of you are actually, because this would be coins, a number of you are actually looking to make a career change, but it's a total opposite. You see, we've got this Magician, complete polar opposite. So it's going from one career. Maybe you've done finance your whole life, and maybe you want to become a yoga instructor. Or maybe you've been a nurse your whole life, and now suddenly you want to open a spiritual practice, or now maybe you want to get into, maybe you want to become a graphic designer, but it's total polar opposites. Complete career change. So many of you are fearful of making this change because and even if it's not a career, it's going from one way of being to a completely different way of being. And many of you have been going through this time of learning, of growing, some of you ascending, but it's been a time of growth and development. And now you're at that point where you want to take the leap, you're ready to take the leap, but you're fearful and not yet taking that leap, because what you have that's blocking you, you have card number 53, and this is the Magician in the Mirror. And this is about knowing your personal power, using your personal power. This is about the culmination of your spiritual power in order to create the things that you desire, because you have the ability to create what you desire. You have the ability to start a successful new beginning towards something that will be successful, because you can create what you want. But the challenge is that you're not doing that. You're the alchemist. You can create anything that you want. But for many of you, it's fear that's keeping you stuck. But this change that you're moving toward, you see there's an infinity symbol above his head? It is something that you are being divinely guided to do. You see, it's the first time I've ever noticed this. They're pointing out there's like this branch up here. They're trying to get you to branch out. Yes, it's totally new. Yes, it's foreign. But you will be successful. It's divinely guided. They're helping you. There's nothing to fear with this change. Now, as far as what you are unaware of, what is helping you this month, you have a major arcana, number 4, the Emperor. Archangel Uriel. And at the bottom it says stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. And this card really is, you know, you see the Emperor. He knows what he's going to do. He's very confident. He has no fears. He has no worries. This is about leadership is what will change everything, what will transform everything for you. It's time for you to step into being the leader. It's time for you to take charge. It's time to put logic and action into your ideas in order to move things forward, because we can sit and daydream. You see, you've got all these starry butterflies and fairy flies, all these things. We can think about how magical this change would be if, oh my gosh, I would just, ooh, that's my dream job. Oh my gosh, I would really love to do that. That would be great. And we can sit and we can think about it over and over and over. But we'll still be in the same situation that we're in 6 months from now if we don't put some action to that. If we don't start taking steps, if we don't put together a plan, if we don't start creating the thing that we desire. Because you're stuck, you're in an impasse. But if you can have the courage this month to start taking action, start writing things down. Like if you're wanting to start your own business, go to the Better Business Bureau webpage. What are the steps? What's required for you to start a company? Put the list together and start knocking things off one at a time. Start taking those action steps. It's going to, many of you are going to find it's going to go very smoothly as you start taking these action steps, because again, it's divinely guided. So if you can overcome this fear and just start taking those first steps, you'll be like, dang, that went really easy. That wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Well, I'm going to take the next step, and the next, and the next. I am going to take charge because I am the Emperor. I have the power to create what I desire, and you do. Archangel Uriel is the light of God. So he will help you, he will help illuminate what your next steps are. He will help light the path for you. So ask that he helps you. Ask that he shows you what your next step is, and then take action on it. Because that is what's going to work in your benefit this month. Now, as far as what the angels are recommending you do, you have uncovering the treasure. And at the bottom it says, beneath the surface lies great bounty. And this card is about knowing that we are worthy, knowing that we are deserving of something extraordinary. Like, look at this treasure. It's glowing. It's gorgeous. You are worthy of it. This dream that you have, you are guaranteed success. There's no reason that you can't have this. This treasure is yours. But you need to remember that. For some of you, it's also, there's a change in perspective, something to look at a little bit differently. Because there may be some hidden treasure that you missed. So maybe for some of you, maybe you have a mentor in your midst. Maybe someone that's been giving you advice, trying to help you. Maybe somebody's been giving you advice of, oh, you know, try this out because I think this is going to help you. Take this step. And you haven't really been giving any clout to it. You haven't really had any faith or taken any steps. But do that. They're encouraging you to do that this month. And for others of you, you see this is a dragon. They're encouraging you to slay the dragon. Slay your fears, because many of you are stuck. You are being kept from getting to your dreams, having things come true because of fear. Fear has kept you stuck. Overcome that fear. The fear is the dragon. Slay the dragon, because you are guaranteed success. The next card you have is brothers and sisters. And at the bottom it says, to get along with others, see the love and the best within them. Typically this card is about arguments, disagreements, strife, having a rift with your siblings or loved ones that are close with you. they're saying for some of you, this change that you're looking at making, so maybe some of you, it could be you're going through an ascension process, and maybe you're going to be the light that illuminates the path to ascension for your family members. Maybe you're going to help them awaken. Maybe you're here to help. I mean, you could be a twin, you could be a light worker. Maybe one of the things you're here to do is to do some ancestral healing with your family. And so you're going through these changes and they're not going through these changes. So it's kind of like you're not fitting in with them, and for some of you, it's caused some difficulty. They're encouraging you to repair those relationships this month. For others of you, those loved ones, those siblings, they have not, could even be parents, they have not been, or grandparents, they may not have been supportive of this change that you're looking to make. So maybe it is a total career change. Maybe you're looking to start a business in something totally different than what you've ever done, or maybe started just a career working for someone else in a field that you've never been in. And they're telling you, are you insane? You make so much money. You've been doing this for so long. You're great at it. You're going to start back over. You're not going to be able to take care of yourself. And there's been some arguments over that because you have not been feeling as though they've been supporting you, which is what our loved ones are supposed to do. Even if our ideas seem totally radical and out there, they should still love us and encourage us. But for some, that has been a challenge. But they're encouraging you to mend those relationships this month, and they will help you do that. It's almost like you can corral, you can herd them, you can get them to understand and get them back on your team to support you. And for some, that's going to help you overcome the fear because you're feeling almost like you're on your own with this. The last card is the Ocean. The deep blue sea speaks to your soul, healing and soothing you. Even the act of imagining yourself dipping in its healing womb brings about desirable effects. Better yet, spend time physically near the ocean. Allow its power and beauty to wash away all cares and concerns. So for some of you, when you are near a body of water, be it a river, be it the ocean, you can even be by a swimming pool, you will find that opens up, some intuitive information, some intuitive knowing. So for some of you, this month, spend some time near a body of water, and that's going to help you get some intuitive information. Well, 1 second. Maybe. 1 second while I fix the mic. Okay. It's funny, Aries. 1 second when I fix it, they're saying some of you So the top of the mic came off. I had to pick that up off the floor and put that back on. What they were saying when I was fixing it, and thank you for your patience while I did that. Mics help you hear me clearly. Many of you are not hearing your divine messages. If you go near a body of water, it will help. For those of you that can't get near a body of water, or maybe you live in Ohio or somewhere up north, and despite it being spring, it's frigid with snow and ice and it's too cold to be outside, soak and take an Epsom salt bath. So if you fill the tub, put some Epsom salt in it, that's going to help you clear your mind, because for many of you, you're spiraling in your thoughts. That's going to help you calm down. That's going to help you relax. That's going to help open up the channel so that you can get some clear messages from your divine team. And they will be able to help guide you forward. Now, for others of you, they're also saying some of you need to drink more water. It's something related to your heart, to your health. So, because our bodies are primarily made of water, also conductors of electricity and ascension, things that we're going through energetically. Some of you are being affected by these energetic waves that are coming in right now that are working to ascend you and helping upgrade you. What will help make that a little easier on your bodies is to start consuming a little extra water at this time. And I'll do your angel answer at the card at the end, but your words from Jesus for encouragement this month are: seek and you shall find. Matthew 7:7. They're trying to shepherd you into something new. Allow that this month. And for many of you, it's not even allowing, it's just taking the action steps. Because we're creatures of habit, and it can be fearful when we are embarking on something totally new and totally different. So good luck to all of you. Again, come back at the end. And if anyone out there would be kind enough to timestamp these below, I'm going to be doing these for all astrological signs. I really don't even have time to do these for all of you, but this is an important month. It's very important that you guys get these messages, so I'm squeezing in the time to get these done for all of you, but I'm not going to have time to go back and listen to all of them and timestamp all of them for you. So if one of you could be gracious and help me out and timestamp the messages for everyone below, I would really appreciate it. I give you a gold star, so thank you. Okay, Leo. What's going on for Leo in April? We have 6 of Winter. At the bottom it says positive changes are on their way, a welcome relief from troubled times, traveling or relocating. So this would be Swords in traditional tarot. But this is, despite how it looks, this is actually about positive times, positive things happening because of moving forward, moving to happier shores, leaving the troubles behind you, leaving the cold, icy waters behind you. Leaving those troubles. Many of you, you've had a lot of worries, a lot of frustration, a lot of fear, anger, doubt, disappointment. Just letting that all go. Leaving it behind so you can cross a bridge to something new, something better. This is about moving forward. For some of you, this is truly also about physically moving into a new home. For a number of you, this is actually about leaving a relationship. A relationship, for some of you, it's a relationship that you've been in a committed relationship with someone. So you're living together. So leaving them and moving into another home. And you have, some of you have worries about finances. How are you going to be able to care for yourself? How are you going to be able to support yourself? And for some of you, it's leaving a partner. You may not live with them, but leaving a partner that you've been loyal to, someone that you've been committed to. A small number of you, this could be leaving behind emotional, hurts and turbulence. But for most of you, it's a relationship that you have been in that you are trying to leave. You're trying to walk away. Many of you have felt like you've been in the cold. It's been a cold, icy relationship. The warmth has not been there. The love has not been there. You've been trying to find your way out of the relationship. Some of you, it's been a partner that has betrayed you. You see, he's got a staff and he's got a staff. So for some of you, there could have been some infidelity. But you've been betrayed. You're wanting to move forward. You're just having difficulty doing that. You're having difficulty finding your way. And for many of you, that is because you have, and I think it's close. Yeah, it's close enough. You guys can see it. Now, if I see a detail in here, I'll lift it up so you can see it. But you have 35. First chakra, Archangel Michael. This is what's challenging you, what's blocking you from moving forward. This is all about stability and security. It's releasing the fears and the worries so that we can move forward, knowing that security, stability, money, finances, because this will be your root chakra. And your root chakra, many of you are having a very difficult time having a conversation because my throat is scratching. You're fearful of having that conversation. You are fearful of ending things because root chakra, it's all about money, finances, the ability to keep a roof over our heads, feed ourselves, take care of ourselves. You're fearful of having that conversation and moving on because you're like, how am I going to be able to survive? You see, he's holding this in almost like a protective manner, the sword. But Archangel Michael is helping you move forward. Because this card lets you know that any fears about security, that you don't need to worry because they will help you in any finances that are lost. Because let's be honest, if you're sharing a home with someone, there will be there is an immediate, usually a drop in finances. Sometimes it's not that drastic, but if you're going from paying one mortgage, one round of utilities to, okay, now you're having to shoulder the burden of a mortgage all by yourself and all utilities by yourself, there could be a momentary dip in finances. But he's saying it's not something that's going to be permanent, and you will quickly recover from that. But that's what has you fearful. That's what has you like, okay, I want to, but I'm really worried. How am I going to be able to help take care of myself? What you're unaware of, what's unknown to you this month, is you have 7 of Raphael. And at the bottom it says, time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action, and a need for detoxification. This is not an easy decision for you to make. It's very complicated. There are a lot of factors. It's not easy. They know it's not easy. They've been trying to provide you a lot of intuitive guidance, a lot of signs. Because this month, if you can make a decision, that's going to help you. Some of you do need to get some clarity on what it is that you want. Because they're saying for most of you, okay, you know you don't want to be in this relationship. You know you're not happy on it. But it's really to get total clarity. You know, maybe sit down and do a T-chart. What are positive things of the relationship? What are negative things of the relationship? And maybe by seeing it on paper, for some of you, that will help you see like, oh my gosh, I've got 1 positive thing and 214 negative things. It's time for me to walk up and cross that bridge. Actually, look, in both these cards, you've got a bridge and you've got a bridge. your bridge over troubled waters. They're trying to get you out of these troubled waters into something new, something beautiful. But to get you there, you do have to make a decision. Many of you have been procrastinating and putting that off, but the time has come for you to make a decision. And if you can do that this month and have the courage to do that, that is going to help start to transform and shift things for the better for you. Now, as far as what the angels are recommending this month, in addition to making a decision, you have wondrous universe, walk in beauty. So life's beautiful. Some of you, this is about really appreciating the beautiful things in life. Really appreciating all the great things that are around you, because for some of you, you've become so disheartened and discouraged with the situation. They're needing you to raise your energy, raise yourself back to a state of positivity and optimism, because you're very doubtful, you're very worried. Things are going to turn out beautifully. So you can start shifting those things by just starting to marvel and appreciate all the great things around you, staying in a state of gratitude, being thankful for the things that have happened that are positive each day. Others of you, this is a reminder that you are beautiful. You're beautiful. You're magnificent. You deserve something better. They're trying to lead you to that. But for many of you, this decision stems on you having the confidence in yourself, knowing that you are remarkable. You are a prize. Doesn't matter what they've told you. They're wrong. You just started to believe them. Some of you, Archangel Michael's saying that they have hurt you with very sharp words, sharp statements that have really cut you to the core. They want you to remember you're amazing. You're beautiful. You deserve so much better. These two cards kind of go hand in hand. So you have healer. And at the bottom it says you have the power to help and heal others. But what they're saying is, and some of you may very well at some point be a healer, but what they're saying is you need some energy healing work. You see how she's illuminated in green? You have to heal your heart. You have Cupid. You see all these hearts? They're encouraging you to start taking the steps this month to heal your heart. In order to start the healing process, it does require letting this person go, letting the past go. You see, she's alone, and see how she's blown bubbles in the past. And Archangel Michael's looking to the past. it's releasing the past hurts, releasing attachments, releasing this person that you're attached to, this current lover. Could also be releasing past hurts and such from a previous lover, a past lover. This card is saying Archangel Michael's going to help you do that. Let it go. Because in order to start heal your heart, you have to first let it go. At the bottom, this says, Cupid, we send great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself. Your clear decision to accept and enjoy romance has triggered the reawakening. Allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate love in all of its glorious aspects. So for some of you, this starts with you loving yourself. Loving yourself enough to let go. They're encouraging a number of you to get some energy healing work this month. You could seek an energy healer, a Reiki master, quantum touch, any type of energy healer. For some of you, they're saying sound healing. For some of you, what is healing for you is to do something creative, because it takes your mind off of things that are going on. So for some of you, maybe you were going to sit down and color. Maybe you're going to blow some bubbles, but to do something creative. But they're encouraging you this month to start the work to heal your heart. Because for many of you, they have a divine love that's going to be coming forward. But in order for you to receive this new love, you have to let the past one go. And Jesus says you are amazing too. Let your light shine. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Matthew 5:16. Which is funny, because here's shepherd leading. You're being led to something beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're glorious. You see how she's glowing? You glow. You glow. Remember that. Remember that, Leos. Okay. Come back at the end. We will pull an angel answer card for you at the end. Okay. Last but not least, Sagittarius. Let's see here. You have, I'm going to hold this up right so that you can see the graphics. You have Princess of Spring. It says optimistic, enthusiastic, creative, energetic, and at the bottom it says it's time to go after your dreams. Do something that expands your horizons. Let your creativity take flight. Traditional tarot, this would be the Page of Wands. Now the Princess of Spring. She's fearless. She is optimistic. She is positive. She knows that things are going to turn out amazing. But it's reversed. Many of you are not positive. Things are going to turn out positively. Many of you are actually overcome by fear, they're saying. Which is why for some of you, see how she's on a swing, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Many of you have been very wishy-washy and back and forth on some decision that you have to make, that you're needing to make for some new beginning, because you're overcome with fear, because you have a lot of doubts and a lot of worries. The Princess of Spring is also very, very focused. Like, she's like, sure, I'm going to go for that. I'm going to start that. That sounds amazing. And she focuses on it and she makes it happen. But you aren't focused on it. For many of you, you are doing anything but. You're actually running from this. Because the Page of Wands, this deck, Princess of Spring, this is about a new beginning, a new start. A new start, and not just any new start, but a new start that's actually going to bring your dreams to fruition. Everything that you've ever hoped for and desired is at your fingertips. Something that is going to, you have the water background, something that's going to emotionally fulfill you. For some of you, they're saying something that's going to bring you back to someone who's going to bring you back to life. So for some of you, this is a love interest that you know, but you are not with them. They're saying like they're showing me a closed, that's so weird. They're showing me the image of like a book, you know, Archangel Metatron, he holds the book of life. our destiny. So for a number of you, this is a relationship that was destined. So they're showing me this book open, but then you slammed it closed. So for a number of you, this is a love, a partner who you were fated to be with, a destined partner, but you slammed that door. You slammed it closed. So you're not with them. But that is what would have transformed your life. You see all these butterflies? To be in the relationship with this person would have completely transformed your life. All these dreams and these things that you desire would have come true, would have flourished, would have grown and grown rapidly. But not because you ended it. And many of you have not been able to move forward because there's something from your past that you're holding on to. It's either a relationship that you're in that you need to let go of, or past hurts from another relationship that you have not released in order to move forward. But because you haven't released it, you have stagnated. You can't have this beautiful new beginning, this beautiful start, until you allow the past to go. Now, as far as what is your challenge, what's blocking you from this, you have Angel of Balance. Actually, I think these are, yeah, they're close enough that you can see. Okay. So the Angel of Balance, this really is about being centered, being balanced, making choices that honor you, making choices that are good for you. Because your destiny, your fate, hinges off of you making balanced, wise choices. And also focusing, you see she's focused on this. Because when we focus on things and we allow our heart, see her heart's kind of illuminated. Everything else is kind of shadowy, but it's her heart that's illuminated. Her heart is leading the way. By allowing our hearts to lead the way and focusing in that direction, we will be led in the right direction. But this is, again, what's blocking you, what's challenging you. So for many of you, you have not listened to your heart. You've ignored your emotions. You have ignored your calling. Many of you, they're saying, like, you've even refused to acknowledge that you have emotions, that you have feelings for someone. See, it's almost like she's got her hands out, like offering a cup, like a cup of love. Some of you haven't communicated your feelings with the other person. But you're blocked because your life is totally out of balance at this point. You're out of balance emotionally. For some of you, because you have been fearful of having this new start, you have done other things to avoid it. So for some of you, you have thrown yourselves into work. You have focused totally on money. For some of you, you have thrown yourself into temporary, like superficial, meaningless forms of gratification. So it could be sexual gratification. It could be maybe jumped into a relationship or drugs or alcohol, but it's not fulfilling you. It's not bringing you happiness. And it's what's blocking you. For some of you, this is about not accepting yourself, not loving yourself, not taking care of yourself. And for most of you, this situation is about love. You've got these pyramids. Home, your home base. Many of you are completely out of balance because there is a... So the pyramids are on ley lines. They are energetic ways and means, if you do some research on them, anyhow, to guide the energy. So many of you are energetically, divinely, she's got this light on her head, being guided. So for a number of you, this could be your twin flame. This could be your twin soul, but this is a very strong, destined relationship. They keep trying to guide you to this person, but you keep trying to do everything to go in the complete opposite direction. Okay. Wow, okay, Sagittarius, you get to be my first who gets a card from the, I'll tell you guys what the deck is. So Caroline Myss has this Archetype card deck. They told me to shuffle them and get them ready because they said that about half of the readings are going to get one of these. Okay, so you're the first. You have guide. Light attribute is, it says, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. And then the shadow attribute is places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. This is about teachers, guides, ripening insight, and accepting what is. Now, reverse, this is about, you know, placing importance and significance on money, financial gain. It's also placing our focus on sexual gratification instead of spiritual insight, instead of wisdom. And you even have this owl right here, which represents wisdom. But you see his back is turned to the sun. And he's got this. Okay, so for some of you, you are twin flames. You see that flame of that candle right there? But he's totally covered head to toe. He even has gloves on. But he's not looking at the wisdom. He's totally looking away. Come hell or high water, and then there's water behind him, so these emotions. Because again, this is what's blocking you, what's challenging you. You want this, so for most of you, you do want a home. You want a family. They're saying you're maturing. You're maturing. You're growing up. And not to say that in a negative way. I mean, because sometimes in life we just want relationships. We just want to bounce from person to person, or we don't want anything really committed. Maybe we just want to drink and have fun and party. But as we evolve and grow, typically we want something with more meaning. And they're saying that that is the point of where you are at now. The life that you have had it's not fulfilling you. You're not happy. Many of you, you're miserable. For a number of you, you have met the person who will bring you happiness, but you have repeatedly turned your back on that person. They're saying for some of you, you've made very unwise choices. All this water behind, she or he, they are the light. They are the sun. They will bring you joy. They will bring you bliss, but you have turned your back on them. You've turned your back on the emotions that you feel for them. You've completely cloaked yourself. You thought, come hell or high water, I'm out of here. You've been receiving a lot of divine guidance. Your angels, your guides, your loved ones on the other side have been trying to guide you, to steer you in a different direction. For many of you, they're saying to get you to turn around. But you have been ignoring that. And that's why you're stuck. Now, what will help you this month? You have 7 of Gabriel. Actually, yeah, those are close enough. I don't need to lift them up. 7 of Gabriel. At the bottom it says, stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence. Claim your personal power. This is about having the courage to face things, battle that storm, take that storm head on. Some of you, this is also, you see how she's looking to the past, he's looking to the past. In the current state, you are looking to the past. You could look to the future if many of you, this is about a situation with this destined partner, this person you're fated to be with. If you can, they're saying deal with that, have those conversations, come into balance. They're not even saying accept your emotions, but acknowledge your emotions and share those things. Because it's for many of you, it's fear. If you can overcome that fear, face that storm, face that person, face that conversation, things can turn around. For some of you, this is also, they're saying that you need to stop saying, so many of you, they're saying you're very considerate of other people. You're very warm, you're very compassionate, you're very worried about other people's feelings. But the problem is you have put yourself in a difficult position because you keep saying yes to other people when you should be saying no. And your divine team, they keep trying to guide you to say no, to stop doing these things. So for some of you, maybe you keep doing favors for someone. Maybe somebody keeps wanting to borrow money or keeps like abusing you, not appreciating you, but you keep doing it over and over because you need to start saying no and stand firm and stop saying yes. Because they're saying you don't even want to say yes, but you keep doing it because you want to keep everybody happy. That's not working. It's not keeping you happy. So that when you start saying no, that's when things are going to shift for you. So this month, if you can stand firm and say no, things can turn around. You can get out of the storm. Now, for some of you who you've been running from your destiny, you've been trying to escape things, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to feel these feelings, or you know what, I'm not ready to step into a relationship, a committed relationship. I'm terrified. I don't know if I can do it financially. That's interesting. They're saying for some of you, you have so much fear because the Princess of Spring, that's weird. They're saying it's all up in your head. But this fear that's in your head, you're so worried it's causing physical problems. So for some of you, you'll start thinking about this relationship or this change and you start having heart palpitations, you start having breathing problems because it totally gets your whole system out of whack. So what you do to avoid that is some of you have, you've run and escaped by jumping into work. You're workaholics, or you've haphazardly done things that are very unhealthy for you out of fear. So for some of you, you've jumped into these short-term relationships, or could be just sex-only relationships, but you've just jumped into these things for sexual gratification, not to be alone. Some of you jumped in doing drugs or alcohol, but you're doing these very unhealthy things that are sabotaging you because you are running. It's coming from fear. But again, it's not working for you anymore. So this month, if you have the courage to not do those things, if you have the courage to face your fears, things will turn around. And this is also talking about not procrastinating, because for many of you, this decision, this new beginning, this new creation, you have put off well beyond the expiration date. Some of you are saying that they're saying like the opportunity has passed or it is about to completely pass. So this opportunity of a lifetime, this relationship, that you are destined for, some of you are on the brink of permanently losing that opportunity. So, the Archangel Metatron's saying that book, that destiny, this fated relationship, it is written in the book of life. It is something that is destined, but because you have put it off for so long, that book for some is about to slam shut for good. You've gone back and forth. Do I want it? Do I not want it? Do I not want it? You have a very slim opportunity until it's permanently closed. Now, what they're recommending, you have, but this is beautiful, Sagittarius, because you have butterflies here, you have butterflies here. This is all about transformation. They're going to totally flip your life around. They're saying you are going to totally flip your life around when you take the appropriate action. You're not happy. You're miserable. Many of you have lost the joy of life. You are totally unfulfilled, even though you are putting a front out for everyone else, for the general public, like everything's okay. It's not. Many of you, they're saying like you feel dead inside. But as soon as you have the courage to overcome your fear, it's not as bad as you think it's going to be. That's when you will have happiness. That's when your life totally transforms. You have embracing enthusiasm. At the bottom it says, shout to the heavens with happiness. This card is all about stop waiting on the sidelines. Stop sitting there and watching everyone else having a fulfilling life, a fulfilling family. Watching everyone else be truly happy, truly joyful. It's time for you to enjoy that. But in order to heal your life, in order to reach these goals, in order to have this new beginning, you must get up and you must take some risks. Take that action step. Because, so they're saying most of you, you're just terrified. You're absolutely terrified of taking this step. And for many of you, it's a deep soul level, because you know that when you actually do this, and for some, your time is limited, it's going to completely transform your life for the better. This happiness that you want, that continues to elude you, you're finally going to get it. But it does require you to take the steps, to take some action. I was mentioning earlier with Aries, you know, we can sit and daydream all day long. You know, I really want this. Oh my gosh, this would make me so happy. Oh, this would be so fulfilling. But if all we ever do is sit and daydream about it, or run in fear from it, and we never do anything, we'll never have it. We'll be stuck in the exact same miserable spot 5, 6 months from now. To make those dreams come true, it requires some action. You know, God and the angels can show us signs all day long. They can beat us over the head with signs all day long. Our guardian angels can sit there. You've got your entire team trying to shove you, punt kick you in the right direction. They're saying you keep turning around and going in the opposite direction, and they try to punt kick you back in the right direction. So these choices you keep making to elude, to avoid your destiny, they keep turning out bad. So maybe you keep jumping into relationships, and one after another they just fail and they flop. Or maybe you keep trying to go back to the same person. Every time it's miserable and it blows up and ends negatively. Or, you know, every time maybe you go back to drink with your buddies or doing things at work, and it just, every time it gets worse. It keeps escalating. Well, that's because they keep trying to punt kick you in the right direction. They're trying to lead you to new. But to have that, it requires the action steps, taking the steps in the direction that they're guiding you. And some of you, because of the fear, you're holding back, you're not wanting to do that. So you've lost your excitement and enthusiasm with life. You know, they're saying earlier, some of you are feeling like dead inside. You're feeling very hopeless, feeling like things are pointless. They're encouraging you to be enthusiastic. This is going to be beautiful. It's divinely guided. It's divinely led. It will bring you happiness. They are encouraging you to be optimistic. They're encouraging you to embrace your destiny. They're encouraging you to appreciate everything in life. Be grateful. Because for some of you, it's a raising your vibration, which is interesting because you've got a number of things that are similar to Aries. But it's raising your vibration. Because for some of you, you are stuck in such a low state of fear and doubt and worry and pessimism that by starting even with little things of gratitude of, wow, thanks God for not having the skies open up and dump a bucket of rain on my head. Or thank you that I didn't have to go out and scrape 6 inches of snow off my car. Or, you know, thank you that the cashier at the grocery store smiled at me. If you start with little things of being grateful for, you're going to find you have more things to be grateful for, and you will find that's energetically going to just start to change something inside of you. So instead of feeling down and out and in the dumps, you're going to start to feel like optimistic, like, wow, you know, I think today's going to be a great day. You know, I think this is going to work out. I think I can do this. I don't think this storm's going to be as bad as I think. They're encouraging you to change, shift your energy. This card's also about opening up to the light. You see how the light illumination is coming down on our face? Many of you are going through an ascension, an awakening. It's a very spiritual, which is interesting because Sagittarius, you are very spiritual. You enjoy thought-provoking things. You're very deep. For many of you, this situation, this person, it's tied to spirituality. It's tied to ascension. It's tied to something greater. It's tied to something better. But this card is about, you know, you must awaken. You must open to that light. You must open to that transformation. Because when you open up to this transformation they're trying to bring you through, when you open up to that person, the transformation, when you allow it, that's when you're going to start to feel alive again. That's when you're going to get these things you desire. Which is interesting that she has this light coming in and you've got the light card right next to it. At the bottom it says, see the light within yourself and everyone else. Many of you have forgotten how magnificent you are, how amazing you are. Some of you, because of things that you have done, you're fearful of how that's going to reflect on you. So for some of you, maybe this relationship that you closed, that you ended, you see this tree's like dead behind this golden, gorgeous stallion. Some of you are fearful that it's dead because, okay, if you go back to her or him and say, okay, let me be honest, I'm gonna finally level with you. I'm gonna tell you about the shenanigans that I've been into and the things that I've done. You are afraid. For some of you, you're afraid that they're going to think very, very poorly of you. And that to share that's going to make them think that you're beneath them, or I don't want anything to do with you. You know, how could you be like that type of person? But you're being harder on yourself than anyone else is. You're amazing. You're a golden stallion. We all have vices. We all have things that we do. Because we're all a dichotomy. We're all light and dark. But we have to embrace all of that. And you need to remember this month that you are God's creation. You are filled with light. For many of you that are twin flames, if you do some research on twin flames, they're angelics. So they are angels in human bodies. So for many of you, you are an angel in a human body, which is why you're being punt-kicked and divinely kicked by God, Jesus, and the angels in this destiny, in the direction of your destiny, in the direction of what you're meant to do. It is a spiritual path, total transformation of how you have been and what you have done and whom you have been with in the past. But it is because you are here to light the world. You are here to help others. You are here to be the light for others. But in order to be the light for others, you have to remember that you're a light. You've forgotten that you're a light. That's the problem. You're settling for crumbs. You're settling for meaningless relationships, just sexually fulfilling relationships, encounters, they're even saying, but they're not meaningful. It doesn't last. For some of you, you're even settling for drugs, alcohol, whatever it may be. But you've been settling for that, and it doesn't work. It doesn't fulfill you anymore because you need more than that. But for many of you, that starts with remembering how amazing you are, remembering how magnificent you are, remembering how, no matter what's happened, you're still amazing, you're still magnificent. For those of you that this is a relationship, that person's still going to accept you. They're saying it's divinely guided. And allow the light in. They're saying for some of you, you know how horses get spooked? If something comes up on a horse, they'll spook. You don't want to be behind a horse if they get spooked. But they spook easy. For some of you, you met this person or you started going through this ascension process, this awakening. God's trying to blast you with his light so that you can get on board and step into your power and be this amazing light for others. For many of you, you have spiritual gifts, and as they've tried to turn those gifts on in you, you've gotten spooked. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, God, I can't do this, God. And you're running. You're doing everything you can to avoid it. For some of you, you met your divine other half, and it spooked you, and you ran. They're saying, allow yourself to overcome the fear. Allow this divine transformation, this divine connection. Allow the light to come in. Remember your light. They're also saying for some of you, like you're really down in the dumps, because you are a being of light, because you are a very high level spiritual being, you're under a lot of psychic attack. Think of it like a porch light. If you have a really dim porch light on, you're going to just have a couple little bugs around it. But if you have a really bright porch light, oh, that thing's a magnet. It's going to bring critters, bugs from 6 miles up the road. And they're going to be all around this light. You are that light. You are bright. You are beautiful. There's a spiritual war going on right now. And I know this isn't going to be too deep for you, Saggies, because this is clearly about awakening stuff. There's a spiritual war going on, light and dark. Time of revelations, we're there. You are one of God's warriors. You are on Archangel Michael's team. You are here to bring light. You are a carrier of light. You are the light. Just like this twin of yours, he's the light. You forgot that you are as well. But you're this bright light. Well, what's happening? These lower vibrational beings, darker entities, some people like to say demonic forces, but these darker, lower vibrational things, they are attacking you. It is affecting your health for some of you. It's getting some of you emotionally down in the dumps, which is why you're so doubtful and fearful, and you're allowing that to overcome you. Start asking for protection every day. Envision, and if you're not good at envisioning yourself in light, ask God, Jesus, and Archangel Michael, come and wrap me in your light. Put me in orbs of your light, your love, and your protection. And envision yourself in that bubble of light and protection, and you'll find that your health and stuff will get a little better. Last thing, Sagittarius, is energy work. At the bottom it says, life can be electrifying because it... Here, let me pull it up. I have a glare and can't read it. Okay. Energy work. Life can be electrifying because its very essence is energy. Your body is a remarkable energy field that will possibly respond to loving treatments. Your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. But this is, you see, you've got this blonde angel with flowing hair. Why are they saying heart? So for those of you that are a twin flame, she's your heart. Oh, okay. So for some of you that are twins that you want to have a family, she's with her son. So maybe for some of you, maybe your twin, your other half, maybe she's blonde and you're going to have a son. This family that you want. To get there, you need to have energy work done. So what they're encouraging many of you to do this month is to get some energy healing. So find a qualified practitioner. You can find someone that does. They're saying for some of you, you'll be really drawn to shamans or Reiki masters, quantum touch practitioners. But if you go to Google and you type in energy healer or energy healing, ask your angels to guide you to whichever one is best. And they're encouraging you this month to go get the energy work done, because that's also going to help raise your vibration and help you. They're trying to bring you something so beautiful and you're deserving of it. The energy work's going to help you remember that. Of course. Okay. So, get these ready. You have your words of encouragement from Jesus. Your heavenly Father knoweth that you have need of all these things. Matthew 6:32. They're trying to take you up to the next level. See that? But there's steps. You have to take one step. Then you have to have the courage to take the next step. You have to have the courage to take the next step. Is there a safety handrail? No. Is there something to cinch yourself onto? No, there's not. Are there rocks? Yeah. Sure there are. Like, hopefully you guys can see that. Many of you are fearful. See, there's a clear path. There's nothing in your way. It's lined by flowers. It's illuminated. This path is divinely guided. It is watched over by God. It is illuminated by God. This change, this relationship that you are being moved toward is divinely orchestrated. There is nothing blocking your path but God's light leading you there. But many of you are terrified of, oh, well, what if I drunkenly fall over and crash down these rocks on the side that are building a wall? The wall's just simply trying to keep you from going in the wrong direction. But you just need to take a step, one step after another. They're trying to elevate your life to everything you've always dreamed of it being. But you have to take a step. God knows you want it. Jesus knows you want it. But do you want it enough to start doing and taking the action steps necessary? And that's your decision, Sagittarius, because only you can make that decision. Because at this point, only you are keeping yourself stuck. You have the power to shift it whenever you decide to do that. Okay, now we're back to everybody. Those of you that are putting the timestamps at the bottom, if you can timestamp this, that'd be awesome. Okay. Each of you think of a question. If there was something in this reading that was not answered, if you still have a question, think of that. I have prayed over the cards, shuffled them. These are Doreen Virtue's Angel Answer cards. We'll pull one for each of you. So, starting off with Aries. You have big happy changes. Leo, you're ready. Sagittarius, if you believe. Okay, let's get the book. Well, hello, princesses. The girls have woken up from their nap. Okay. Aries, big happy changes. Big positive changes are coming into your life. You may find yourself on a new career path, entering a new relationship, or moving into a new home or city. Embrace these exciting events knowing that your angels will be beside you all the way. What you are asking about may require you to take leaps of faith that seem frightening and beyond your ability. Trust that the opportunities before you are meant to bring you happiness. These options would not have presented themselves unless you were ready for them. Release your fears and follow your heart. Leo, you're ready. That's beautiful. Okay. All your past experiences have led to this moment. You've studied and grown spiritually in many ways. There's nothing more to do. You're ready to move forward and to embrace the person you know in your heart you are meant to be. The world is anxiously awaiting the contributions that following your life purpose will provide. You may have to put yourself first in this situation. It's time to do what is right for you. And last. Okay. If you believe, Sagittarius. Let me see that with no glare. There you go. What you need right now is faith. You can have what you desire, but you must believe that it can be so. Stay positive and visualize the outcome you're hoping for. Set aside all negativity or pessimism in favor of a sunny outlook. The law of attraction brings to us what we expect to receive. If our perception is that we deserve great things, then we will attract happiness. If we fall into doubt and don't believe in our own self-worth, then our experiences will match that energy. Believe in yourself and your cherished dreams. Hopefully that helps everyone. I do wish you an amazing month filled with a lot of love, joy, and blessings.